All right. Let's roll on to our last question of the night, and that is a big one. Has the door opened for the Sixers to win an NBA championship? I'll throw it to you, Austin. What's your take?
Is the door open? Their chances improve. I wouldn't put them as a favorite. I would also not be so sure yet that they're a better team than the Brooklyn Nets are. I just don't know. Some of the variables are at play here, but their window is certainly open. I think more importantly, their longevity as a contending franchise in the era of Joel Embiid has been reopened and extended.
What about you, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, I think the door is open. I think time will tell. I think, and I kind of curious what Austin thinks about the buyout market and who they could bring in here, because I think that's a major piece of this. I think, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't want Furkan Korkmaz and Shake Milton playing major minutes. I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore, man. I just can't.
Shake's actually been very, very good this year, I think. He's been quite good.
I just, you know what I think it is? I get stuck on guys. And once I have an opinion, sometimes I can't shake it. No pun intended.
Wow.
Well done.
Yeah.
But I think, look, does it open the window more? Yes. I believe that they are a better basketball team with James Harden on it, right? Like just on the surface. But, a lot of things have to come into play here. And I do think how they break down and get a couple guys off of this buyout market will be a major contributor to that.
What about you, Tiago? Oh,
I'll say something to say.
I'll tell you this. My understanding is that internally they're probably a little higher on Shake Milton than the public is what I would say. I think that probably speaks to why he hasn't been thought of as being included in more trades than you might think. But they're pretty high on him internally. And I think this year he's earned that reputation. But yeah, I just can't watch Furkan Korkmaz look like he's never touched a basketball in his life.
What about you, Tiago? Is the door open for an NBA championship for the Sixers?
The door is open. They're not favorites. Obviously, I think Phoenix and Golden State might be a little bit one step above. But that does not to mean that the Sixers cannot beat these teams. And I'm interested to see what James Harden they get for this season at least. Now, you've seen games where he kind of took over, and you've seen games where he kind of took a step back. So we'll see what they have. I will say this, on the buyout market, there's been talk about getting another point guard. I'm not big on getting a point guard because I think they already have enough ball handlers on the team. I want a wing that can shoot and defend. And the guy who I have in mind is Gary Harris from Orlando, so I hope the Magic buy him out. He's been great off the catch. He's a great defender. You put him off the bench with this group. Like you said, Korkmaz, take a seat, goodbye, and you kind of go from there. So I think they're like one more piece away on the bench to really be that kind of favorite on the East. I believe so. So we'll see what they do here.
Keep your eyes on Eric Gordon in the buyout market.
Eric Gordon.
Love it.
Yeah.
I just think
love that.
I think as cheap as Tillman Fertitta is reputed to be, I think when you have a long-standing relationship with a player, you like to treat them well and abide by their wishes, so that way that player spreads your good reputation around the league. So I think if he wants out, they would buy him out, and I would certainly think that the Sixers would be in play.
Love it. Gary Harris, any interested? Let me go to Sean first, and then we'll continue that conversation. Sean, what's your thoughts on the Sixers as championship contenders?
Yeah, I think the championship window is absolutely open. I think the hardest part about winning a championship is getting that top level talent, and that's what they did today, was nail that down. And now, granted, the surrounding pieces are not fully complete. Like, I don't know if it's going to be this year. Sure, like when you think about it, they would absolutely love to have more depth at backup center. They should have more depth at wing, things like that. But when you look at like the Eastern Conference specifically, things are wide open this year. I would definitely put the Bucks ahead of them as far as favorites in the East. But beyond that, I think that the Sixers now can compete with every team in that list. And personally, I would love nothing more than a Nets matchup in the playoffs. And I would love to sit on the opposite side of a Ben Simmons playoff matchup and see how that goes down again. So I think the Sixers are ready to compete. This is a huge step forward for that, and the buyout market will play a major role. But I think the time is now, and this was a major change because of that trade.